ready, Brian. All right, we'd like to welcome you here on this beautiful evening to Scott Bailey Memorial Field for our 2023 Senior Night. Tonight, we honor a special group of student athletes and band members. These individuals have left a positive impact on our school, community, their teammates, and are outstanding role models for our younger generation aspiring to be Crestview Cougars. It is with great honor that the athletic department and music department honors them tonight. Our first senior is senior Wade Bolin. Wade is the son of Bill and Dara Bolin. Wade has been a member of the varsity football team for 4 years and a 3-time letter winner. Wade also is a member of the track team and participated in wrestling for 2 years. Wade's proudest accomplishment as a Cougar is beating St. Paul his sophomore year and winning the Mihawk Relays in the discus his sophomore year and winning a regional title in the discus his sophomore year as well. Wade will miss hanging out with friends and playing cornhole in the parking lot. After graduation, Wade plans to study strength and conditioning. Senior Wade Bolin. Our next senior this evening is Grayson Burgess. Grayson is the son of Ron and Nikki Burgess. Grayson has played football for 3 years. Grayson's other activities include being a member of the Cougar basketball team. Grayson's proudest accomplishment is coming back from knee surgery and earning his varsity letter. Grayson will miss all the friends he has made and all the coaches that have helped him along the way. After graduation, Grayson plans to join the workforce as an electrician. Senior Grayson Burgess. Gavin Caines is our next senior. Gavin is the son of Jesse and Shirley Caines. Gavin has played football all 4 years of high school. Gavin is also a team captain. Gavin has also been involved with the Cougar baseball and wrestling teams. Gavin is most proud of being part of 3 straight Firelands Conference titles. Gavin is going to miss how close he has gotten with his teammates and the feeling of stepping on the field with his brothers with the excitement of the crowd under the Friday night lights. Gavin will begin working in the electrician field so that he can take his mom to a fancy restaurant. Senior Gavin Caines. Our next senior is Mason Klein. Mason is the son of Mike and Carolyn Klein. Mason's been a member of the Cougar football team all 4 years of high school. Mason also participated in wrestling his freshman year. Mason's proudest accomplishment is defeating rival St. Paul back-to-back football seasons. Mason will miss playing football with all of his friends. After graduation, Mason plans to attend North Central State College for a degree in mechanical engineering. Senior Mason Klein. Our next senior is Caleb Cunningham. Caleb is the son of Ray and Tracy Cunningham. Caleb is also a team captain and a 4-year member of the football team. Caleb's other activities include being a captain and a member of the wrestling team, where he was a 2023 state placer. That state placement is also Caleb's proudest accomplishment, as in 2023, he became an All-Ohioan. Caleb will miss the team and all the guys having fun during practice and games. After graduation, Caleb will attend college and plans at some point to watch the Browns win the Super Bowl. Senior Caleb Cunningham. Jaden Hedrick is our next senior this evening. Jaden is the son of Jeff and Leah Hedrick and Jen and Austin Akers. Jaden has played football for 3 years. Jaden is also a member of the varsity wrestling team. His greatest accomplishment in high school was winning an individual conference championship last year at the Firelands Conference Wrestling Championships. Jaden will miss playing sports here at Crestview and the support he has received. After graduation, Jaden plans to practice safety, quality, and pride as a part of Scout construction. Senior Jaden Hedrick. Our next senior is Austin Huffman. Austin is the son of Robert Huffman. Austin has been a member of the football team for 2 years. Austin's proudest accomplishment is being a member of the Cougar football team. Austin will miss all his friends that he has made along the way. After graduation, Austin will join the military. Senior Austin Huffman. Our next senior is Bryce Perkins. Bryce is the son of Brian Perkins and Christy Eichert. Bryce has been a member of the football team all 4 years. Bryce is also a team captain, and his other school activities include FFA. Bryce's proudest accomplishment is winning the Firelands Conference championships 3 years in a row. Bryce will miss Friday Night Lights the most. After graduation, Bryce plans to farm and start his own business. Senior Bryce Perkins. Our final football senior tonight is Cleet Rogers. Cleet is the son of Terry and Tara Rogers. Cleet has been a member of the football team all 4 years of high school. He is also a member of the wrestling team. Cleet's proudest accomplishment is going 12-1 the last 2 football seasons. Cleet will miss hanging with his friends, Cougar football, and eating with the boys. Cleet at this time is undecided on his post-graduation plans. Senior Cleet Rogers. Our next senior is senior cheerleader Audra Music. Audra is the daughter of Jeff and Lisa Music. Audra has been a cheerleader all 4 years of high school. Audra is also a member of the band. Audra's fondest memory is going to games and being around her friends. After graduation, Audra plans to attend NC State College. Senior cheerleader Audra Music. Our next senior is Kaylin Sanicki. Kaylin is the daughter of Fred and Cindy Sanicki. She has been a member of the cheer squad all 4 years of high school. Kaylin is also a member of the National Honor Society and the softball team, and she also helps with the Cougar Youth Cheer Team. Kaylin's proudest accomplishment is being a 3-year letter winner. She will miss Mrs. Hunn's class with her best friend, Devanna. After graduation, Kaylin plans to join the Air National Guard while attending college. Senior Kaylin Sanicki. Our final cheer senior is Paige Vanderpool. Paige is the daughter of Neil and Brooke Taylor. Paige has been a cheerleader all 4 years of high school. Paige is also a member of the Marching Cougar Pride and a section leader. She is the National Honor Society president, a member of Student Council, class officer. She's in Spanish Club, a part of Green Team, and the student representative to the Board of Education. Paige's proudest accomplishment is having the opportunity to serve in various leadership roles here within the Crestview community and schools. Paige will miss spending Friday nights cheering and playing music with her closest friends, and let's not forget, she'll miss Mr. Garrett's conspiracy theories. Those are the best. After graduation, Paige will attend college and major in biology with a pre-medical concentration. Senior Paige Vanderpool. Dylan Bruner is the son of Matthew and Lindsay Bruner. Dylan has been a member of the Cougar golf team all 4 years of high school. Dylan also participates in basketball, baseball, and FFA. His favorite memory is winning back-to-back conference titles in golf, winning a conference title in basketball and baseball last year as well. Dylan will miss his teammates the most. Dylan is currently enlisted in the Ohio Air National Guard at the 200th Red Horse Detachment. He also plans to attend college following graduation. Senior Dylan Bruner. Brennan Falk is the son of Don and Karen Keener and Chris Falk. Brennan is a 3-year letter winner in golf and also is a member of the baseball and basketball teams. Brennan's fondest memory is winning a conference title in all of the sports he has participated in, as well as getting third as an individual in this year's conference golf tournament. He will miss all the shenanigans with his buddies during sports, and after graduation, Brennan plans to study radiology at North Central State College. Senior Brennan Falk. Braden Philpott is the son of Chris and Lisa Philpott. Braden has been a member of the golf team for 2 years. Braden also is a member of the track team, a National Honor Society, and a proud member of the Marching Cougar Pride. Braden's proudest accomplishment is winning the Firelands Conference golf title in back-to-back seasons. Braden will miss Ricky Bobby and the golf team. After graduation, Braden plans to attend college for mechanical engineering. Senior Braden Philpott. Aaron Spencer is the son of Kevin and Abby Spencer. Aaron has been a member of the golf team all 4 years of high school. Aaron also played basketball his freshman year. His proudest accomplishment is winning back-to-back conference titles in golf. Aaron will miss playing golf and hanging out with his team after matches and working in Mr. Barnes' class. Aaron plans to join the workforce in the construction industry. Senior Aaron Spencer. Kennedy Snyder is our next senior. Kennedy is the daughter of Scott Snyder. Kennedy has been a member of the girls' golf team for 3 years. Her proudest accomplishment is being able to take on leadership roles in her sport. Kennedy will miss all the memories she has created with her friends that she has made along the way. After graduation, she will get her doctoral degree in psychology and looks to become a neuropsychologist. Senior Kennedy Snyder. Our next senior is Daniel Hout. Dan is the son of Tom and Kathy Hout. Dan has been a member of the cross-country team all 4 years of high school. Daniel is also a member of the Cougar track and field team. Outside of school, Daniel has been very involved in the Boy Scouts of America and earned his prestigious Eagle Scout Award. Daniel's proudest accomplishment is earning his varsity letter. Dan will miss going to football games on Friday nights and talking and hanging out with his friends. After graduation, Dan plans to get a job in precision machining. Senior Daniel Hout. Nathan Hummel is the son of Keith and Jennifer Hummel. Nathan has been involved in cross country all 4 years of high school. Nathan's proudest accomplishment is graduating with ease. As he states, he's never studied a day in his life. After graduation, Nathan will pursue a career in astrophysics or maybe work at McDonald's. Senior Nathan Hummel. Now we get into our senior Marching Cougar Pride members. Bianca Baker is our first senior. Bianca is the daughter of Wayne and Phoebe Baker. Bianca has been a member of the Marching Cougar Pride all 4 years of high school. Bianca also enjoys singing in our high school choir. Her proudest accomplishment is the improvement she has made with her grades. Bianca will miss Friday night football games and talking with her close friends. After graduation, she will pursue a career in nursing. Senior Bianca Baker. Our next senior is Allie Galloway. Allie is the daughter of Dan Galloway and Wendy Kerr. Allie has been a member of the Marching Cougar Pride all 4 years of high school. She is also a section leader in the drum line, a member of the pep band, and throws the discus during track season. Allie's proudest accomplishment is becoming a section leader, learning Jig 2, and getting Student of the Month once a year for the past 3 years. She will miss coming to band and seeing her people almost every day and the drumline shenanigans. After graduation, Allie will seek an apprenticeship for a carpenter's job. Senior Allie Galloway. Mallory McAveen is the daughter of Tim and Lori McAveen. Mallory has been a 4-year member of the Marching Cougar Pride. Her other school activities include basketball, track, jazz band, National Honor Society, student council, and she is our school ambassador for the student leadership team. She's a member of Yearbook and the president of Art Club. Her proudest accomplishment is getting awards for her works of art. Mallory will miss the atmosphere and laughing with everyone each and every day. After graduation, she plans to study to be an art teacher and pursue her love for photography. Senior Mallory McAveen. And our final senior this evening is Mariah Welch. Mariah is the daughter of Mike and Misty Welch. Mariah has been a 4-year member of the Marching Cougar Pride. Mariah is also involved in the jazz band, the Ashland Area Community Band, the Mansfield Youth Symphonic Orchestra, and the Ohio State Fair Band. Her greatest accomplishment has been earning second chair in the All-Ohio State Fair Band and holding first chair for 3 years in the Mansfield Youth Orchestra. She will miss hanging out with her friends and attending the Friday night football games. After graduation, Mariah plans to attend The Ohio State University with a goal of being in the Ohio State Marching Band. Senior Mariah Welch. And again, we'd like to congratulate our seniors of 2023 and the impact that they have left and continue to leave on our school, their community, their teammates, and their classmates. Job well done. All right.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, he just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Kissel's Lawn Care. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
stacks of chips are on the table tonight in terms of the Firelands Conference stakes as the three-time defending champion Cougars try and keep their dreams for a 4-peat intact against their arch nemesis from Norwalk St. Paul as the Flyers fight for their right to remain undefeated in conference play. It's live and free Week 8 football from Olivesburg, taking over your eyeballs and filling your eardrums, and it's all coming up next.
Are you ready for the comeback?
3, 2, 1, let's go!
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Kissel's Lawn Care. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Welcome inside the Kissel's Lawn Care Spring and Painting pregame show. Make sure that you email Dave Kissel to get services set up today. I'm Brian Skowronski. I'm going to be with you throughout the night here at Scott Bailey Memorial for what had been a very one-sided affair on the gridiron for decades, but is starting to butt into one of the best rivalries in the Firelands Conference as Crestview tries to win 3 straight in this series for the first time ever against Norwalk St. Paul. Let's show you what the Flyers have been up to so far this season on our Player Spotlight, brought to you by Kissel's Lawn Care, Spraying and Painting. an unbelievably challenging non-league schedule for the Flyers, and I think a lot of people were counting them out after they kicked off the season at 0-3. But you look at who they played against, the likes of Huron, Edison, Tippin Calvert. Only 3 losses combined between those 3 programs. And then last week against Fort Loramie, another solid team. They dropped a tough one by 7 points. But this is a club, otherwise, they can score the football. You see over 30 points per game. They can also get gashed. But a lot of those points given up in the early portion of the season, as I mentioned, against that tough competition. They are still a perfect 3-0 in Firelands Conference play and looking to remain undefeated here in the league, as we've got a beautiful night here at Crestview. Great drone shots courtesy of our own Nick Jacobs, and it's just a great shot here of the Ashland Valley, just outside of the city of Ashland in Olivesburg, where the fans have crowded in for senior night tonight for Crestview. So St. Paul certainly looking to play spoiler in this one. And Josh Pocos, one of the dudes that can get it done for him. You look at the build on this senior, 5'11", 195 pounds. He's stout, and he can run it in between the tackles. Also has some good burst once he catches the edge. Not necessarily used as a pass catcher within the offense. Just 3 grabs for him so far on the year. But he has been serviceable in a lot of different ways so far this season for Norwalk St. Paul, who trying to end a 2-game slide against the Cougars. Never lost 3 in a row as a program against Crestview, but they say that history tends to follow itself. Will it be rewritten here tonight? I know that the Cougars would certainly love for that to be the case, as they check in with a 2-1 conference record, and very much like St. Paul, this is a team that can score almost 4 touchdowns per game, but also will give up more than 3 touchdowns against their opponents. And as they try to make history, it's a good thing that they are here at home, where they have played so well for so many years, as the Flyers making their entrance out here on the field tonight. And they definitely they bring a little bit of punch with them. But Crestview 2, the Cougars being led out by their cheerleaders, they feel like their seniors are going to be screaming goodbye to the Flyers here tonight, as they get lined up behind the sign and ready to make their grand entrance here onto Scott Bailey Memorial Field. And here come the Cougars, fresh off of a beatdown last week against Plymouth. And our player spotlight tonight, a huge reason why. Ayden Reymer, what a dynamic playmaker this dude was, coming out party in that huge win over the Big Red. 190 yards, 4 touchdowns on the ground, pretty much every time that they were putting it in his hands. Big plays were happening, so it'll be interesting to see if Reymer can keep that going, keep that momentum building here tonight inside of the friendly confines, where the Cougars over the last several seasons have been playing some fantastic football. So what gets it done here for the Cougs tonight? I'll dive into my Kissel's Lawn Care key to victory right here and now. I feel like a little bit of ground and pound is going to go a long way for this team. You got to be able to run it with Reymer. You got to take it against a St. Paul team and give them a little taste of their own medicine. They like to chew up a lot of clock and just really take care of the football. So I feel like the Cougars, they got to do that and then win the turnover battle, something that's been a struggle for them. When you looked at our pregame notes on the team, they've turned it over more times than they have snatched it away from their opponents so far this season. So they're going to want to get that cleaned up. And for the St. Paul Flyers here on the road tonight, for me, my keys to victory for them, got to try to contain Reymer. Cannot let this dude have a field day like he did a week ago. And then also bring the TNT. You got to have some explosive plays. This is a team that likes to run straight at you. You need to have a few of those pop off. Maybe get a huge screen play in the passing game. Something that kind of takes the top off the defense and makes everybody collectively hold their breath. That will wrap up our Kissel's Lawn Care Spraying and Painting pregame. And again, you can contact Dave Kissel get some services set up. They do an awesome job of snow removal, and I know that four-letter word, you don't want to hear it just yet, but I hate to tell you folks, but it always comes not too long from now into this part of the country. So holler at Dave, and he can get you all hooked up for those services as well as your lawn care needs. And we are underway as the Cougars kick it deep, and it's off the hands that time there of Brady Daly, but with the high school rules, it'll still go down as a touchback. So we will get our first look at the St. Paul offense with Josh Pocos leading the way. As I mentioned, he is their stud out of the backfield. Look for him to be a key contributor, along with Jack Stieber as well, one of their fullbacks that will be leading the charge. Then Drew Cunley, senior quarterback, will be their signal caller. Straight ahead with a run game here on first down, and it goes for about 4.5. So a solid start here for the offense. Cougars are going to have to be very disciplined tonight. They will stop him here for a minimal gain on second down. And they will bring up third down. Cudley under center, turns hands off to the deep back, and that's Pocos reaching for extra yardage. He's going to be hit right at the 30-yard line and was able to get just enough. The chain gang on the move here. So St. Paul with a first down, not going 3 and out on their opening drive. Definitely expect that to be a momentum boost for them, as they quickly get up to the line of scrimmage. 3-back set, and Ben Berger with a big burst of speed. Here's Berger into enemy territory with the biggest run of the night so far. Take a second look on our Koorsen Fire and Security replay.
Back set, and Ben Berger
He
with
found a little bit of grease to the outside and was able to burst for a big gain. Got an injured Cougar, though, down on the field. It's Bryce Perkins. So while they tend to him, we will take a quick commercial timeout, and we will be right back here at Scott Bailey Memorial Field. Cougars and St. Paul going head-to-head.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Kissel's Lawn Care. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
Bring you back to Scott Bailey Memorial for this first down play, and it's a big one here for St. Paul to the near side. Pocos with lots of running room, throws a stiff arm as he's drilled, but not until he gets down inside of the 10. Biggest play of the night here for St. Paul as the offense on the move now into enemy territory.
It's a big one here for St. Paul to the near side. Pocos with lots of running room.
Huge play there
throws
for
a
the Flyers.
stiff arm as he's drilled, but not until he gets down.
Running straight ahead again here. Second down coming up. And it's Pocos. Squeezing into the end zone. St. Paul on the board here early. Six-yard touchdown run for Josh Pocos. And the Flyers kind of made it look easy here on this opening drive as they march it right down the field. $80-yard touchdown drive, capped off by that Pocos run. And the PAT is very low, but somehow able to squeeze through as St. Paul dots the I on the end of a solid drive. They take the lead here on the road, 7-zip.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Boy, what a start here on the road for the Norwalk St. Paul Flyers as they own a 7-zilch lead just about 2.5 minutes into the game, rather. I'm Brian Skowronski. I will be taking care of you this evening, so if you guys do have any requests, please chime into the comments section and let me know. I'm riding solo tonight, so I will be leaning on you, the audience, to become more of a part of the game. Always love knowing where you guys are taking in the action from, so drop me some comment bombs and tell me where in proximity in the United States or beyond you are watching this game tonight, as the Cougars set up with some solid field position on the Dylan Burge return. And let's meet the starters for the Cougars tonight. There we go. Kuhn is your starter at QB. Reymer having the big season so far as just a sophomore. They've got Bolin back there and a pretty solid offensive line. Show you what's going down on this last play on an instant replay coming up as Tristan Nikolai was able to burst in and make a stop here on first down. Good patience, gap assignment. And it was actually Landon Fries who was able to make the tackle. And then Nikolai coming in, just making sure that Reymer indeed was down. As they face a 2nd and long, Kuhn looking to load up, and he fires incomplete. So it'll quickly become a 3rd down situation here for the Crestview offense as it's Fries again. 5'9" sophomore involved in back-to-back plays, and really love what he brings as far as just his style of tackling. Textbook, baby. 24 bringing it so far. Cougars behind the sticks need 14 to keep this drive alive. As Liam steps up and he's going to get drilled. No chance for Kuhn that time. Sacked on the play by Patrick O'Brien. It's a 3 and out. Tough start here for the Cougars on senior night, as their young quarterback just swarmed back there. So I made the proper decision to step up after he felt the heat. But a very aggressive St. Paul front got in there to come up with the sack, and they're going to let this thing just go. Deep man was Ashton Stang. So it works out in Crestview's favor as the ball trickles inside of the 30 all the way down to the 28. That's where we're going to see St. Paul take over, as Coonley in the offense, very effective on the first drive, didn't have to attempt a pass. Mixed in a few variety of runs. And they'll come out again with that full back set, and they'll hand Pocos. Tries the left side, second effort. And he's able to fish for a couple of extra yards out there. Hard-nosed running, and you see all those guys in white jerseys up in front leading the way, and took Caleb Cunningham, one of the captains, on a little ride here. Saw Caleb didn't insert a quarter, so it was a free ride for him. And I'm sure Pocos is happy to offer those up throughout the entire duration of the night. New ball carrier is Berger. Couldn't cut back against the grain and find any type of a crease, so it's going to be third down on the way here for the Flyers offense. And the Cougars put him in this situation on the previous drive where they had an opportunity at about this down and distance to third down and a long three on the way here for St. Paul. But the defense, of course, could not get off the field. Coonley to Pocos. A couple of Cougars converge to make this stop and bring up a fourth down. It's awful close. So an opportunity for a gamble here for Coach Livengood in the offense. It's a tough call. You only need a half yard, but you're backed up at your own 36. As well as St. Paul has been running the football on short down and distance throughout this season, though. You got to think that the offense is going to be confident that they can move it just enough. Cougars with all 11 dudes in the box, though. Pocos left side, and he burst through. Pocos to the second level and beyond. It is a foot race inside the 20. Kiss him goodbye. Touchdown, St. Paul. 64-yard scamper on a fourth down and one. Let's take this thing all the way back for you folks to the beginning of the play on our Koorsen replay, and you see just enough of a crease there, almost losing his footing is Josh. But he's one absolute dynamic athlete, keeps his feet, and you see the speed after he got to the second level. No one was going to catch up. And the PAT is tacked on, so 14-zip. What a start here for St. Paul on the road.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Dylan Burge and Raymer back to return now for Crestview after St. Paul with back-to-back touchdown drives, starting things off with a 14-point cushion. And I see that we got Greg Higgins all over the chat with me. Thank you so much. Love getting the pronunciations right here for these players. And this was a late addition. Didn't know I was going to be doing this game until just a few hours ago, so I will take all the help that I can get with St. Paul. Have not seen them in person yet, but man, am I impressed. So far, so good for them. As this one's taken off the turf there by Birch. Flyer special teams gets down there. So not quite as good a field position here for Crestview, who had a 3-and-out on their opening possession tonight. But a new set of downs and a new opportunity for their sophomore leader, 6'2", 155-pound quarterback Leon Kuhn, the third consecutive Kuhn to start at quarterback for this program. There have been no other starters. Amazing. Here's one of his classmates, also had an older brother come through the program. This is Reymer, able to catch the edge. You see he's got like some snake-like movements. Really enjoy watching this kid run the football. I think he could be one of the special ones. Ayden Reymer showcased some track speed last week against the Plymouth Big Red. This is a much different beast here in Norwalk St. Paul, who has flat out owned this series. I'll dive into the lifetime head-to-head of these two programs here in a minute, as there's a little bit of a fake on the jet sweep. It opens things up for Reymer, and that is going to give Crestview their first Home and Kitchen Supply first down of the evening. And I think this is a critical play for the Cougars. An excellent fake, too. Everybody going one way. You hit them back the other with Reymer. And the Speed Demon able to get out there outside the hashes to get the chain gang on the move out near the 40 to the 38-yard line. As Crestview breaks the huddle, lone receiver here to the near side. And Reymer again, he's going to be the workhorse. Puts his head down, slung down at the end of the play by Ashton Stang. Pretty nice run there on first down. I think it'll go down for about a gain of 6. Appreciate the sophomore, too, staying in bounds, putting his head and shoulders down, getting behind the pads, fighting for probably another extra yard and a half, not just tiptoeing on the outskirts there on the chalk. Same formation, they'll flip it this time, will the Cougars. Kuhn hands off inside for Bolin this time. And a whole cascade of Flyers come in to help make the stop. Keith Abshire, rather, with the carry that time. And the sophomore gets him about another yard closer. Third down, a couple yards are what the Cougars need to keep the offense out on the field. Xavier Smith getting in on that last stop. And it's a St. Paul defense has gotten better and better as the season has gone along, and you see him swarming like a herd of bees right there. They stop him in the backfield. Actually, they're going to give him maybe a gain of a half yard, so it's a fourth down situation. St. Paul came up with the biggest play of the night so far on a fourth down. 67-yard touchdown run by Pocos, his second of the night. Coach Haverdale, though, from the 47, has his punt unit on right now. See if Gavin Barker actually does kick it away. He will. It's a solid spiraling punt that's going to hit inside of the 20. And the Cougars going to down this thing inside of the 3, getting a little bit of help there at the end from Jaden Hedrick. Might be the best punt that I've seen so far this season. I've seen some barn burners so far this year, so punters haven't been allowed to really showcase a ton of their talent. But check this one out. I almost thought there Cole Hughes just didn't see it, and maybe he didn't until kind of the last moment, and lets it trickle there underneath the shadow of St. Paul's own goalpost. So Coonley with a lot of greenery in between him and 6 more points. The offensive line winning their battles, though, up front as Pocos charges forward. Decent start, about halfway to picking up a first down there with the first down run. And after the second down run, which we assume is going to be a run anyways, I'll let you guys know about this season series, lifetime series, I should say, head-to-head for these two programs. Crestview, of course, back-to-back undefeated regular seasons, so they've won the last 2 matchups. But before that, it has been one-sided, and especially in the John Livengood era, which started back in 1990. Of their 32 meetings, St. Paul has won 26 of them. Haverdale 2-2 so far in his career against St. Paul. His defense making a big play right there. That'll definitely help the cause, try to get him to a 3rd straight win. As the punt unit on for the first time tonight for St. Paul. And a little bit of ferocity up front here for Crestview. That was Caleb Cunningham. Definitely won his matchup. A lot of good push there by Gavin Barker as well. As nightfall starting to set in here in Olivesburg. And staying with a quick snap. Decent punt. Angled here towards the near sideline. It takes a big hop into Crestview territory, and it will be downed at the Cougar 48-yard line. Crestview did pick up 1 first down on their previous drive. Best field position they've had so far tonight. Pretty close to midfield. See if Kuhn and the O have settled in yet to the night. As it's kind of hard to see. Very bright scoreboard. There's a $1:39 remaining here in the opening period. And that pass falls incomplete. Trying to get it into the hands of Tyson Ringler. Solid throw this time. Contact coming on the backside. With good pressure and solid hit. Perhaps here in the footsteps of Brady Daly. 2nd and 10. Raymer, the lone back. He'll get the give. Right side, huge hole. And at the second level, he's met by a pair of flyers. Gain of roughly 5. So 3rd down and a situation here for the Cougar offense to have pretty much the entire playbook at their disposal as they're into flyer territory after that tackle by Nikolai. Stud Juniors having a solid campaign. They put it in the hands of Kuhn. He flares it out. Raymer throws a stiff arm and barely got beyond the line of scrimmage. So 4th down on the way here for the Cougars. And Kuhn getting some direction here from the sideline. It looks like the offense is going to stay out there. And another big play made by Freeze. So Landon Freeze, the sophomore, having a solid start to the evening. Offense will trot off over to the sideline, though, as the punt unit back on here. Barker lined up deep. On the other end, Ashton staying, waiting at his own 10-yard line. And it's going to be blocked. Blocked on the play. Charging in that time was Nikolai. So a change of possession here as Barker definitely hung on to the football for a little while, took that step back, and Nikolai won his matchup, got in there, got a couple hands on it. And St. Paul gets the football back. Solid starting field position at their own 44 with 45 ticks remaining on the clock. Try to adjust the clock, Cam, at the end of the first quarter break here. And St. Paul goes play action, first pass of the evening, and it's going to go down as a sack. Actually, they're going to say it's a fumble. Incomplete. I'm not sure. One official let it roll out. I think they're going to have a conference here, and the other signaled incomplete. Show you a replay of it as soon as they're done making a decision here. If it is incomplete, it's got to be intentional grounding. So that is going to be the call, our first flag of the night. So I'm pretty confident we know what this is going to be. We'll go ahead and show it to you one more time. I mean, there's no question he only gets about 3 yards behind it. Did have Pocos in the area. So that could be the only debate that you have if you're Coach Livengood with one of these referees. And that's why I think that they're still huddled up, trying to determine if Pocos potentially was a receiving threat. You be the judge. He's definitely in there blocking, not looking to catch the football. And still talking about this. So maybe the referees haven't seen each other in a while, just catching up. How's the wife? Oh, kids are great. Juniors at college. Having a great first semester. Oh, what about Courtney? Oh, don't ask about her. Here we go. So it will indeed be intentional grounding. So lost it down. I don't think it cost St. Paul too much. At the high school level, maybe only a 5-yard penalty. I don't know that it's that big a deal. So kind of a heady play, actually, by Coonley. I apologize. It's a spot foul. So it did kill him. And the Cougars killing their prey in the backfield as they bust in. Make a big stop here for a loss. Tried to bend that outside, did Ben Berger. Instead, Cougars able to get to him. Throw a couple condiments on top of the burger that time. And force him into a 3rd and forever. But we are just 5 seconds away from ending the first quarter, and looks like everyone's just kind of backing it in. So we will head to 2 as well. St. Paul right now with a 14-0 lead. The Cougars fixing to get the ball back.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Kissel's Lawn Care. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
3rd and a mile here for St. Paul. They need 28 in this, their first pass attempt of the night. A lot of contact, and we're going to get a flag. 2 Cougars there on the coverage of Daly. Definitely looked like it was the back end of the coverage where the contact was made. And not an automatic first down at the high school level. So this actually makes it somewhat manageable now after the penalty yardage for Norwalk St. Paul. 15-yard penalty will make it 3rd down 13 here for the Flyers offense. And Greg Higgins got us updated that it's Perkins 21, Norwalk nada in the first quarter. Pirates having a solid season, not so much for the Truckers. I was talking to a radio member up here, one of my old buddies, Josh Bowman, and just asked who they were focusing on this year, and they said St. Paul having a nice resurgence, of course. Monroeville's been a fun team for them to keep an eye on. Western Reserve got off to that hot start. Truckers definitely a younger team and going through some growing pains this year. Getting some explanations from a couple of the referees here to the coaching staffs, as Live and Good has been informed. So he'll send in the play call here. Looks like they're going to split Pocos out into the slot. They'll keep Berger as the lone back. Cougars bring in some pressure. The ball is loose. They had Daly back there at quarterback. Cougars think they have it. All the referees disagree. Let's check it out again. So kind of a wildcat situation. Not a solid snap, though catchable for Daly. Had it slip through his fingers, and St. Paul just has to land on top of it. 4th down here, so the Crestview defense does their thing. Get the ball back here for the O. Staying as their go-to special teams guy. Punted deep, it's bobbled here a little bit. And now taken on the hop by Nolan Moore. Pushes it to the edge. Let's see where they mark it here. Referee's got him out of bounds at the 35-yard line. So Kuhn heading back into the huddle. 2 of the first 3 drives for Crestview have gone for 3 and outs. They'll cut him out with a little bit different look here. It's going to be a pro set. Kuhn moving the pocket, throws it deep. Flag comes in. As it would have been a heck of a catch made there by Tyson Ringler. And they're going to say it's going to be holding against St. Paul. On the season, Ringler's definitely been the go-to option. That would have been his 25th catch of the year. Almost at 400 yards and averaging 16 yards per catch. So the penalty will give him a fresh set of downs. Actually, they'll blow it dead. The chain gang never moved, if you noticed in the backdrop there. Donna Dyer wants to know the status of Bryce Perkins in the comment section. Definitely keep an eye out for 24 out there. And do keep them coming, folks. As we get breaks, I'll definitely read your comments from Facebook and YouTube on air here tonight, so be a part of the fan zone. As Ringler again is the intended target. Wide on Rice, the coverage from the gentleman wearing the white jerseys tonight, very fittingly. All over him. So Strang there with some very solid tight coverage on the back end of Ringler. So they'll split Tyson up top. They'll run near side this time. Reymer cutting back against the grain, and he's going to be knocked down just shy of first down yardage. 9-yard pickup. And I think the biggest offensive outburst so far here for the Cougars offense as he breaks into St. Paul territory. Coaching staff now with some options. If you would like to try to burn them deep, expecting a little run, or play it safe, and they'll just toss it. Reymer to the edge. First down and more. I think that's where Ayden Reymer is definitely at his best. Saw that last week, a lead blocker out in front, getting him behind Cleet Rogers, and taking it for a solid pickup. It's the deepest that Crestview has been into Flyer territory so far here tonight, as they'll go straight ahead this time. That's Rogers getting the carry. And Cleet moves his cleats for a gain of 4. See Smith coming in to help make the stop. Flyers definitely tackling in bunches here tonight. Got a little bit of assistance there from Stieber. As there's 10-13 remaining, clock rolling in this second quarter. Cougars looking to match one of the touchdown drives put together by St. Paul here tonight, as they will move the chains yet again. And it's Reymer picking up his second first down on the drive. Ayden's got that 20/20 vision once he gets outside of the tackle box. And he's got some keen wiggle to him as well. So you see this Crestview team, and they've struggled a little bit this season, just 3 wins for them, but you love the sophomore class and kind of the variety pack that they've got out there at some of their key positions. So they'll trudge forward for a pickup of a few here with Rogers. Seven yards needed here on this second down play. Stieber comes in to help make another stop. And for them on defense at that second level, Nikolai makes a lot of first contact, 57 tackles for him on the year. Flag comes in as Reymer shakes, rattles, and rolls down inside of the 15-yard line. This one may be coming back, though, as it was thrown by that back official and typically indicates that it's in the area of holding. Penalty will negate the yardage. And it was on the left tackle. So negates the nice run. And sometimes those are drive killers, of course. Started to feel a little bit of momentum flowing in favor of the Cougars. And now they'll be backed up. Second down, 16, the situation here for the Crestview offense. Trying to light up the scoreboard for the first time tonight. 2 tight end set. Reymer slung down at the 30. Tackle on the play by Casper Kaizo. Could be 4-down territory coming up here for this Crestview offense. As they're at approximately the 30 here, they got to get inside of the 20. Matter of fact, inside the 19 to move the chains. Kuhn felt the pressure, he zips it. And I think it's going to be called an incomplete pass. The referee's having a discussion. We saw earlier in the game that they threw out a late penalty flag on the intentional grounding call against Coonley. Will Kuhn have the same fate here? Let's go ahead and show you one more time here on the Koorsen Fire and Security replay. We'll slow it down. I think it would just really be a question of if he had anybody as far as a receiver. They're going to say no, so it's going to make, if the Cougars are going to go for it on 4th down, it'd make it much more difficult here. So they'll back them up even 5 more yards, and what a tough decision now for the coaching staff. Unlikely that you'd be able to pick up 20 yards down here near the red area. But at the same time, do you really want to punt from the 35? I don't think so. So the offense indeed is going to take a stab at this. Do have 876 pass yards on the season. But out of sync there on that 4th down toss. So it's incomplete, and it'll be St. Paul taking over here. Kuhn just misreads it a bit as his wide receiver broke off the route. Great coverage on the play, too. I mean, there was just nothing open there on the back end with Smith on him stride for stride. So Coonley breaks the huddle with that patented fullback set. Carry goes out to the 41.5-yard line. So a nice burst here to open up a new drive. And St. Paul defensively, they've been tightening up definitely here lately. Saw them early in the year against some tough competition. Give up quite a few points. But they're looking to put up quite a few here on the road. Berger to the outside, sheds off a tackler, and he will go. "58-yard touchdown run by Mr. Berger. St. Paul flying here on the road, and so quickly they get up to the line of scrimmage. It almost takes you off guard. As you see Crestview just a little bit late out of a couple other defensive stances. It allows Berger to shift into the second level, throws it into 3rd gear. Only a couple of dudes on the team fast enough to get to him. He shakes it off and gets ghost to make it now 21-0. Norwalk St. Paul rocking and rolling here on the road.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Kissel's Lawn Care. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
Another long touchdown run in the books here for Norwalk St. Paul on the road at Scott Bailey Memorial as the latest Burger getting goes for 50-plus yards there. As it's now 21-0, just about at the midway point here of quarter number 2. I'm Brian Skowronski. Here in Olivesburg with you. And after this kickoff, I will dive into the comment section, see what you crazy kids are up to out there on the Facebook and the YouTubes. As the lefty, Griffin, kicks it off short. Reymer able to collect. And push him with some second and third effort out across the 30-yard line. I see Ayden Reymer, older brother, of course, of Ayden, says, let's go number 4. Great to have Addison tuning in. Brandy Perrigan, go Cougars. Greg Higgins says it's been a great start for the Flyers. Man, has he been right. And he's got some other scores for me. Winford right now on top of Crawford. Is that right? 21-13 in the second. Or maybe 19-13. Gibsonburg leads Willard 14-0. Crestview starting off on the wrong foot here on this drive. 5-yard penalty backs him up. Now inside of the 30. Check in over on YouTube now, and I see Patty Rose watching from Kittanning, Pennsylvania. Big Cougar fan. Paulo says he's a Brazilian watching from Brazil, but he loves Ohio American football. Created a American football team in his state of Brazil? No way. It's a pretty awesome story. For the rest of you, do drop me a few lines. Let me know where you're watching from tonight. Always curious who you're cheering for, too. Second down and long situation coming up for the Cougars. So we'll bring in Nolan Moore to be the second wideout. He'll split to the top of your screen. Ringler down here to the near side. Lone back is Reymer. He'll stay in for protection, and it's a quick pass. And Carter Goon forced out of bounds, or actually they're going to keep it rolling at about the 37. And, yeah, maybe not on the chalk. So kind of a crucial third down play here now for Crestview as we're past the midway point here, the second quarter. Challenged by 3 scores. Got to get some points if you want to try to hang with this St. Paul team. Kuhn lobs it up for grabs, and it's going to be tipped and intercepted. First turnover of the night belongs to St. Paul. As it's picked off over on the far sideline by Landon Freeze. The pressure is going to come right up the middle. Kuhn recognizes it. Look at 3 guys in white jerseys. So he slings it up, got 2 dudes in the area. It's a little bit too tall. And it gets tipped and intercepted. Short field now for St. Paul. 55 yards away. And more like 51 now after that first down run. Show you the whole replay from the huddle up to the snap here. Courtesy of Koorsen Fire and Security. Shout out to my boy Timmy Bays if you're looking to get set up with some services. He is the guy to call over there. Runs things here in North Central Ohio. The legs just kept on churning there for Josh Pocos. And he's got enough for a first down. Looked initially like after he got to the linebacker unit, Crestview was going to be able to swallow him up. And they kind of did, but extra energy, that burst and that effort. Gives them a home and kitchen supply first down, fresh set here. Berger back on the move, and he's going to be stopped, his momentum, at about the 42-yard line. See, getting into the full scrum right there, pushed back by the Cougars. Six live streams going down on the OH Report tonight. If you want to flip around, they're on our YouTube channels. The main through channel number 5, as that is broken up. Excellent coverage on the play there by Crestview. Coonley has not had to throw it often tonight and has not completed a pass just yet. Excellent job of getting in hand on it there by Keith Abshire. Forcing the Flyers into a third down situation. They've been really good so far on third down so far up to this point. Tight set. Coonley hands Pocos into heavy traffic. And he's not able to get his way out of there. No driving lanes this time for Josh. Berger kind of hit a wall, and the Cougars force him back. Going to need about 6 yards here if the offense stays on the field for Norwalk St. Paul, who look like they're going to let the time melt away down to 5 now on the play clock. Coach Livengood right in the ear of the referee. And they will burn their first charge timeout. And speaking of Coach Livengood, mentioned how good he's been against Crestview. 26-6 his overall record. And coaches that have gone head-to-head with him, none of them, of course, with a winning record. Haverdill is at 500, 2019 through the present. 2-2 right now. Dan Major never got a taste success against St. Paul. 0-4 against these Flyers. Chad Kaufman beat him once from 2010 through 2014. 1-4 his record. Sean Conway, who had some exceptional years, never was able to break through and knock off the Flyers. 0-6 for Sean. Mark Solis, 2-3. And then Rick Brindley, 1-7 from 91 through 98. And Solis, one of only 2 coaches for Crestview to win back-to-back games against this Norwalk program. Of course, Haverdill the second, and looking to become the first ever to win 3 in a row in this matchup. So the offense staying out on the field, and it's Coonley from the gun. Pressure Coven, it's picked up. He zips it out. And kind of a late tackle after going down to the knees for the catch. Scalzo. Nice pitch and catch. Just enough to get the chain gang back on the move for another Home and Kitchen Supply first down. And St. Paul certainly not in any hurry here as the clock rolling under 3 minutes to go. 3-score cushion for them already. And the heavy set, they'll hand it Pocos. Able to get away from the first contact that time of Jaden Hendrick and get out close to more first down yardage. Saw Berger get just a little piece there at Jaden. Make it tough for him to make the stop. Eventually will make the tackle. Three-back set. Berger gets the call this time and bounced down to the turf after a gain of a couple. So it will be a third down situation on the way here for Berger and the Flyers. Got pushed right into Stieber that time. Just couldn't find any type of crease on the edge. Inside give now. And that is plenty enough to move the chains. Home and Kitchen Supply first down for the Flyers as they break into the red zone for the second time tonight. Pocos has a pair of touchdown runs. Berger one as well. This drive already traveling 37 yards. Berger adding to that. But a flag comes in. Referee has signaled that it's going to be a hold against Norwalk St. Paul. Try to dial up a replay for you folks here. Let you see if we can spot it ourselves. Came down in the trenches and not on the edge. Make this thing first down and quite a bit longer now as the ball reset at the 28. Clock rolling closer to a minute. As St. Paul going with the Wildcat look and off the fake Daly to the outside. Brought down just outside of the 20-yard line. And the first run for positive yards tonight for Brady as the 5'11", 165-pound senior gets St. Paul back knocking on the outside of the red zone. And the Flyers have burned their second timeout. Greg says that he didn't see a hold on that last play. Well, it's kind of tough to see. And he did update me. Colonel Crawford 20, Winford 19. Hey, Sarah Stewart, watching from Myrtle Beach tonight. Heard we got a couple of fans watching out in Myrtle Beach. We initially were unable to make this broadcast happen, and then through the powers that be, I did a soccer match over here last night, talked to Tim Kuhn, and then Steve Haverdale was up running the clock for us. And he kind of let me know there were some folks out there in South Carolina needed to see this game, so we pulled a couple strings. As they pulled the string on that one, it looked like it was a bit underthrown, but it's going to go for another St. Paul touchdown. Everything going their way right now. Ashton Stang putting his stamp of approval on that 22-yard one. Show it to you for a second time. See the blitz comes in pretty late there. Hendrick not able to make much of an impact, and I think it probably was just a shade underthrown, but it kind of worked out for the better, as Crestview actually has come on and blocked the PAT. So it keeps the score at 27-0, as we'll take one more quick commercial timeout, and we'll be right back here at Scott Bailey Memorial, where things looking pretty good right now for the Flyers.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Ashton staying back out onto the field to kick it away for the fourth time tonight, though this time because of his doing, taking it into Pater. 22-yard touchdown reception, capping off a 55-yard drive for the Flyers, who lead at 27-0 here on the road in this pivotal Firelands Conference showdown. Flyers trying to remain undefeated in Firelands Conference play, while the three-time defending champion Cougars, if they win tonight, very much in the picture for yet another league title. But a lot of work to do. They're kind of burying themselves, but still got a pulse and a heartbeat. But not a lot of time here to do some damage. Just 47 seconds on the clock. And this is a team that typically likes to use the run to set up the pass. So we'll see just how aggressive Kuhn and the offense elect to get, as they will run it. Reymer near side. And St. Paul, I don't think really too surprised by that play call, as Reymer's been bottled up for the most part tonight compared to what we saw last week, where I believe he averaged about 21 yards per carry, went for almost 2 bills and 4 touchdowns in a blowout win against Plymouth, who's on the road tonight at Lucas. Have to check in and see how that one's going. That is on our OH Report family of games. And this, the biggest run of the night for Reymer, as he bursts all the way out to midfield. Home and Kitchen Supply, first down. On the big run for Reymer, coming up a little bit gimpy here. Definitely don't love seeing that. So it kind of changes things, as they were able to get to this part of the field pretty quickly. Still 37 seconds. So it will be 3 receivers set this time for the Cougars. 2 to the top of your screen. But it's Reymer again with the call. Decent size hole here. And on that first down run, the clock's still running. Crestview not going to burn a timeout, and now they're going to have to. Boy, they let about 5 extra seconds get away from them. Score update from the Firelands Conference, courtesy of Greg Higgins. We might just have to hire you, Greg. 38-8 Western Reserve leads at South Central tonight. And you are welcome, Mr. Higgins, for working this out and being here. Denise Rogers says, let's go Cougars. Give those color guards something to scream about. Monroeville over Mapleton right now. Got a shutout, 28-0. Mounties suffering, of course, a rough tragedy this week, one of their own, on homecoming night. So your heart definitely bleeds for that community, and we've been sending out a ton of love and support from the OH Report, as has just about everybody in and around the greater Ashland area. So I'll say thank you on behalf of the entire Mapleton community on all the thoughts and prayers that have been sent out their way. As Kuhn loads up, going deep, and we've seen about 3 different times tonight just not on the same page with the wideouts. Kuhn going deep into the outside. The safety had a much better read on it than his intended target. Stops the clock at 19 ticks. Points here would be ginormous for the Cougars. And it looks like St. Paul going to line up and play some man-to-man defense across the board. So there's some options out there. But the throw again, not laser focused in. And Crestview, with 14 seconds, looks like they're going to trot out the punter. And it's tough to blame the coaching staff. It hasn't looked pretty yet in the passing game for Crestview. And the game plan in the second half, you got to picture Liam Kuhn coming out and throwing it 15-plus times. So they're going to have some tough conversations, try to figure out a few things. Though Crestview will get the ball to start the third quarter after they won the toss and elected to defer. And typically, you see the opposing team electing to receive. That's what St. Paul did. Crestview defending the south end zone here tonight. Another solid punt in special teams play here for Crestview, but there's only 3 seconds. I know it's really hard to tell on that clock, and I will adjust here at the half. But basically they can just nil on it or run it straight ahead and take this thing here into the break. Coonley will take a knee, and it does take us to halftime here at Scott Bailey Memorial, where fireworks early on for St. Paul. A couple of tutties in the first quarter, 2 more in the second. They lead at 27-zip here on the road, trying to remain undefeated and on top of the Firelands Conference. Keep it here, though, because we're going to have halftime performances for both teams, as well as stats and analysis coming up. It's live and free and exclusively on the OH Report. Friday Night Football will return right after this.
Are you ready for the comeback?
3, 2, 1, let's go!
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Kissel's Lawn Care. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
Take a look at all the action from
Are you ready for the comeback?
Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more. Every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
We conclude our show tonight with a song that displays the heavier 2000s rock style, featuring electric guitar overdrive riffs and powerful percussion. In the late 2000s, American Christian rock band Skillet gained popularity in the pop music realm and ended up releasing some of the most successful singles of the decade. Our closing drill was designed by senior flag Brianna Fabella. Enjoy Skillet's 2009 smash hit, Monster. And let's hear it for your St. Paul Marching Brass. St. Paul Marching Brass would like to thank the Crestview fans and the Crestview Band for hosting us tonight. God bless and go Flyers!
Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Hannah Wolf, Devin Renninger, and color guard instructed by Kennedy Nonenmaker, we proudly present to you the 2023 Marching Cougar Pride. Tonight we present to you for your halftime entertainment, our senior show, featuring songs selected by the MCT senior members from their favorite shows. The Marching Cougar Pride opens their show with a smash hit by OneRepublic. Reaching the top 10 in 20 countries following its release in 2013, this song was written by Ryan Tedder while waiting in the studio for Beyonce. We hope you don't fall through the floor as we rock out to Counting Stars.
All right. Clear fork 14, Shelby 14. That's a big surprise.
song by Electric Light Orchestra, was released in October of 1977 as a single and as a part of the Out of the Blue double album. This song has been used in numerous, including Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and the Mario Brothers movie. Here's the MCP with a performance of Mr. Blue Sky. Before our final number, we would like to recognize our senior band members and thank them for their hard work and dedication to the marching Cougar Pride. Flute member, Audrey Music. Clarinet member, Paige Vanderpool. Tenor sax member, Bianca Baker. Trumpet member, Maria Welch. Trumpet member, Braden Philpott. Trombone member, Mallory McAbee. And percussion member, Allie Galloway. We closed tonight's show with a single released by Green Day in 2009. This song peaked on the Billboard Hot 100 chart at number 22, becoming their highest charting single since Wake Me Up When September Ends in 2005. This song is also featured on the soundtrack of the film Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. Give it up for the Marching Cougar Pride as they play 21 Guns. Give it up for featured senior soloist Brian Skowronski on trumpet. The Marching Cougar Pride would like to congratulate the St. Paul Marching Band on a fine performance. Good night and go Cougars!
Are you ready for the comeback?
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Kissel's Lawn Care. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
Tonight's high school football broadcast brought to you folks live and free thanks to our generous sponsors. Simonson Construction Services, Inc. From concept to completion, they can help you make a plan, refine your vision, and build a path for success. Kissel's Landscaping, Spraying, and Painting. Contact Kissel's today for all of your snow plowing, spraying, and painting needs. Of course, also lawn care. Koorsen Fire and Security. For all your fire and security needs, you can call Koorsen Fire and Security. Get a free quote today. Total protection from one source. Sutton Bank. Earn the cash reward of your choice for doing simple activities with Kasasa. North Central State College, providing individuals with the knowledge, skills, and inspiration to succeed in their chosen paths. And by Scout Construction Services, LLC. With more than a decade of business, you can trust Scout with your roofing and siding needs. Call them today for more info, 419-989-7240. And with that, we welcome you inside of the Kissel's Lawn Care Halftime Report. I, of course, am Brian Skowronski, been with you throughout the course of the night, and will stick with you for the second half as well. And St. Paul, hoping it's going to be a short one, just a few points shy of getting a running clock going, as they lead 27-zip here at the break on what is senior night for Crestview. So that's been spoiled a bit, but still a second half to go. Let's now check out the first half stats. 11 first downs and 270 total yards for the Flyers in that opening half. They did commit 3 penalties, but the Cougars had one more. They also did not have a ton of success passing the football, only 9 yards. St. Paul, all 22 of their passing yards coming on that one play. And then Reymer bottled up a bit. He was able to get free on a couple of occasions, but just 90 total yards for the Cougars so far in this game. As that is the opening kickoff to the second half. And it's going to be taken with a head of steam here by the Cougars. Still keeping his feet is Burge, as he's out to about the 43-yard line, and that's where the Crestview offense will start their first drive here of half number 2, and a big hole for them to dig themselves out of. Excellent starting field position, though, created by Dillon. And we'll see if the Cougars can do anything with it. They'll start out trips formation here to the near side and run it with Reymer. Big speed burst. Almost look like a Super Mario character when they go over the top of one of those burst things. I don't know what you call them on the ground there, but check this out. He gets to the line of scrimmage and then just takes off. Huge first down run, and it takes him into enemy territory. Just one play here into the second half. As Gavin Keynes comes in, brings the play call for this first down from the 39-yard line play. Good idea, just keeping it in the hands of Reymer. Stud sophomore pack. Not a ton of space this time, though, as he picks up maybe one. And it'll be second down long on the way here for the Cougars offense. Crestview on the season averaging almost 28 points per game. They've already given up more than their season total of 23. As Reymer bangs his way forward near first down yardage. Good spurt for about 7 there, so it's going to be just over a yard needed here for Koon in the offense. Definitely 4 down territory as well from the 31. As Reymer flanked to the right hip here of Koon, and he's got the handoff and smothered. Knocked back right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. So Crestview will have to pick this up here on 4th down, and you see Reymer knocked back about a half a yard. Evan Wengler coming up and getting in that crease to help make the stop. And a huge opportunity here for the St. Paul defense to get off of the field and kind of frustrate the Cougars, who are going to run it here near side. They're going to stretch it out. A lot of space here. And Reymer, he catches the edge, and he could go. Ayden Reymer cuts back, and he's in for the touchdown. Huge 4th down run there. Goes 31 yards as the Cougars finally on the board here at home. Let's run it back and show it to you one more time on our Koorsen replay. Fantastic blocking set up there on the edge there by Cleet Rogers. And then at the second level, the extra effort getting out in front, Keith Ashbire. Huge play right there. PAT is up and through, so with an opening drive touchdown here for the Cougars, they cut the deficit down to 20 here at Scott Bailey Memorial.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Kissel's Lawn Care. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
Much needed drive for the Crestview offense to open up this second half as they trim the deficit down to 20. 27-7 now is the count. As they're getting set to kick it off. And it's a solid kick here by Abshire. And a big hit absorbed there by Daly at the end of this run. Sweet looking move right here. He kept his feet inbound, spun out of the tackle, but then boom, a couple of Cougars come over and just mash on him right in front of their bench. But that's what you love seeing from your football team. How about 3 teammates coming over to help him up after absorbing the big hit? Another quick snap here for the Flyer offense. Berger, and he's met basically right after he crossed the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go for him on that first down run. It's Grayson Burgess, 250-pounder, just swallowing him up. 3 and out could be huge here for Crestview just in terms of keeping the momentum on their side. And you see they're getting after it right now on defense. Sometimes all it takes is just a little jolt from the offense. They work in tandem, hand in hand, and it can get you all fired up on the defensive side of things. Cougars crashing the party right there at the line of scrimmage. It's Caleb Cunningham falling on top there too. Flyers going to need 8 here. 2 back set. Flag flies, they'll blow it dead. I think this is going to go against St. Paul. And actually, maybe an encroachment against the Cougars. I'm seeing referees pointing both ways. And it will be encroachment against Crestview. Make this third down a little bit more manageable. Or I'm confused. They signal it against Crestview, but then they mark off the yardage against St. Paul. So the head official, he's having a conversation. Let's see if I can back this up and watch the play again. Here we go. We'll see if we identify anything here. Hey. It is indeed marked off as an offside against the offense, so somebody a little bit over the line. As to the Wildcat formation, they'll hand it off to Berger. Ben Berger with nowhere to run, so the Cougars defense does their job. 3 and out here on the opening drive for the Flyers after scoring a TD to start things off in the third. And you can hear from up here just how intense the Crestview sideline is right now, really encouraging one another. Try to get back into this game. Cougars going to burn a timeout, though, here. Interesting. I think they feel like they don't have enough men on the field. With this opportunity, I'll dive back into the chat section, and I do have some halftime scores, actually, for you guys. Let me read those real quick. Got Western Reserve on top by 30 over South Central. Monroeville leads Mapleton 21-6. In the OCC, New Philly and Lexington were tied at 7. Mansfield Senior owns a 3-point cushion at Worcester 10-7. West Holmes a 1-point edge over Ashland 7-6. While Madison, a big surprise, winless on the year, they lead 17-0 against Mount Vernon. Clear Fork and Shelby, another head scratcher. They're all knotted up at 14 each at the break. Ontario crushing Harding at their place 34-0 in that one. Lucas doing the same to Plymouth 35-zip over at Bob Wine. Pleasant on top of Galleon 7-0. And Waynedale with a 21-14 edge right now over Hillsdale. Punt gets off here from Stang. Ringler's going to let it take a couple of hops, and it tumbles inside of the 20-yard line. Long field ahead here for Kuhn in the offense, but they did just travel 55 yards and capped off by that Reymer 31-yard touchdown run. And only 2 minutes, 20 seconds coming off the clock from that last touchdown. So far, whatever the doctor needed to order for a Crestview comeback, they've got the prescription right here. Got to come away with a long touchdown drive, though. They're liking this new formation with the trips, and you see why. Look at all the space here for Reymer. And Ayden with another big run. Home and Kitchen Supply first down. All the way out across the 40-yard line. And what Crestview's been able to do so far here early on in the third quarter is just get to the edge. That's where Raymer's been most dangerous. Barrel it inside now. In between the tackles goes Cleet Rogers. Giving the defense something to think about. More physical running threat here. Pushes the Cougs out near midfield. Kuhn on a 2nd and 6 from the gun. Gives it to Reymer again. And he's going to get gang tackled. 3 Flyers all converge in to make the stop. Crestview again, solidifying the edge, giving some space for Reymer to dart out there and try to make a play. And Crestview will need 2 more yards for a fresh set of downs here. And they're going to stretch it out yet again, this time to the right. Big burst and a first down run for Ayden Reymer. Offense on the move here yet again for Crestview. Cougars break the huddle. 2 wide receivers, both to this near side. And they'll keep it on the ground, but it is on the ground. A fumble, and St. Paul has it. Devastating play right there as they were marching down the field. But Drew Coonley, the quarterback, gets the ball back for his offense. And just a huge mistake here. So Cleet Rogers fumbles. Landon Freeze forces it. And what a game that sophomore's had defensively tonight. From the 34, a gap run goes for maybe 3. Flyers pounding in ahead with Berger this time. Crestview defense has been pretty aggressive here in this third quarter, though they've only been on the field for 4 snaps. Been able to get to the ball quickly. And they'll pack the box. 10 men down near the line of scrimmage, but it doesn't matter for Pocos. Able to get to that second level and even the third. See Josh come through, absorbs the first contact. A couple of Crestview guys kind of take each other out. And he's able to fall forward for a few extra. Fresh set of downs now for the Flyers. Berger and Pocos, the down men in the backfield, and they'll give it to Ben. And he pushes into enemy territory. And this is definitely St. Paul's game. Love to get in front, and then in the second half, allow the play clock to roll down. It's already showing just 15 seconds as they break the huddle. Coonley takes the snap quickly yet again. Berger, stutter step. One man flew by, but a couple other Cougars there on the prowl to make the stop. Will at least force a third down opportunity. But look at this first shake. Whoop! Just dropped Nolan Moore pretty much flat on his face mask. Crucial play here for the Crestview D. And Pocos tries to string wide, and he's tripped up. Ringler got a piece of one of his cleats. Replay coming up here shortly. You'll see Tyson Ringler sheds off a blocker, able to get out there and just does trip up Josh. Punt unit on here as Stang facing a 4th down and 3. And he'll punt it here near side. End over end punt, takes a hop at the 20. And a St. Paul tumble down to the 12-yard line. Coon and the offense were moving the football for the second time here in this second half before the costly fumble by Cleet Rogers. Might have misspoke. I said in that second quarter that if Crestview was going to make a comeback, they might have to have Coon throw it 15 times or so here in the second half. Not sure that he's got a pass attempt yet. Been all working the ground game so far, and it has been successful. Though they just get 2 on second down. So we're closing in on just a minute remaining here. Fast moving third quarter. Reymer gets behind his shoulder pads, dumps a couple of Flyers tacklers. After a gain of a couple more, Stieber in there on the stop for the Flyers. And the Cougars will need at least 4.5 here on this third down conversion. They put it in the hands of their sophomore back. And I think he's able to dip out of bounds for just enough. It will be a first down. About the second effort here, you see as we start the replay, Reymer looked like he was about to fall over. Then collect himself down the sideline to march out to the 28. And they're going to throw it deep, and the completion here for Kuhn. Such a great fake by camera guy. Stuck looking in the backfield as Nolan Moore brings in a huge grab. You see two nice fakes on the play. Moore up a little bit gimpy. But a deep throw. Nobody there in coverage. Cooley the closest, and he was about 5 yards there off the wide receiver. And that'll go down as the longest play of the night so far for this Crestview O. Clock right now showing 33 seconds. As the Cougars set up now at their opponent 30. Kuhn under center, got a pair of backs. And it'll be Rogers stuffed up. Was able to tumble for maybe a gain of a half a yard. But just not a lot there, as you'll see on our Koorsen Fire and Security replay. And it looks like that's probably going to be the final snap here of the third quarter. As Crestview breaks the huddle late, they do actually get the snap off. Flag comes in. I don't think they were set. Referee's going to talk this over, so I'll show it to you again. Right tackle, you got to be set for at least that half second. He was not. And Reymer trying to dodge a couple of extended legs right there. Two of them belonging to Keith Abshire. Got knocked down basically right at the start of that play. And so, decision to be made here for Coach John Livengood. And they are going to decline the penalty, so that will take us to the end of the third quarter. We head to money time with Crestview needing a huge fourth quarter to keep their dreams of winning a fourth straight Firelands Conference alive.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Welcome you back for Money Time here on the OH Report. Fourth quarter action starts with a big run here from Ayden Reymer. Needed about 8 to pick up a first down. Looked like he got 7.5. So fourth down on the way here for Crestview to open up quarter number 4. And really a monster play as the Cougars can get themselves right back into this football game if they come away with 6 points here. Knocking on the red zone. But got to move the football by about a yard. Big stretch play to the outside. Reymer. Second effort's going to get it done. As the drive stays alive with a home and kitchen supply first down. It looked a little bit shaky at first. See a couple of Flyers get a good read on it. Excellent block to open up the edge there by Rogers. And then right there, Berger looked like he had a shot to drag him down just shy, as did Daly. Reymer was able to stretch it out just enough. He's got the give yet again here on first down. Falls forward to about the 15-yard line. As I go into the comment section, I see Greg rooting for a running clock. Don't think the Flyers are going to get it here. Daniel Stotts cheered on the Cougars tonight. One of our Lucas superfans. I'm surprised he had time to switch over here with the Cub game on. And just very little breathing room that time for Ayden. As they tried to hit him with the counterattack. Mason Klein coming across. Was able to not get much of a seal there. So it's another third down situation here for the Cougars. Come out with a pro set, 2 receivers to the near side. Play action look. Kuhn sets and fires to the zone. And it's broken up, incomplete. Nearly picked off by Brady Daly. So I'll run it back for you guys one more time. Clean pocket here for Kuhn. Kind of a wobbly ball. And Daly, great read on it. Pivotal fourth down for the Crestview offense. Definitely need this one. Kuhn looks right, comes back left, and he loses the football. Kuhn is stripped. The Cougars fall on top of it, but it's going to give the ball back over to Norwalk St. Paul as they get the turnover on downs. And you see just kind of fast, jumpy feet that time from Liam Kuhn. As his first read wasn't there, he quickly looked back to the second. And then by that time, the pressure was there. So Norwalk St. Paul back with the football, but a whistle blows the play dead before it has a chance to get started. And no flag on the play. I think this is just the officials not necessarily being ready for the snap that time. Coach John Livengood now in his 33rd season as head coach for the Flyers. Over 300 wins. Hit that mark last season. But what you love most, just 86 losses on his resume. 21 Firelands Conference championships, and right now at the top of the heap in the running to win number 22 this year. as well as make the postseason for the 25th time, which used to mean something. Not so much anymore. As Berger, though, gets behind the defense, he is a speed demon, and he's going to ghost him. Crib call, 60 yards into the end zone. Coonley has rarely thrown it tonight. They've gone up to the line of scrimmage with fury, quickly got off the snap and ran it time after time. This time, play action. Cougars sent the blitz. Beautiful execution, getting behind the defense, and just no chance to catch Mr. Berger. PAT, though, gets blocked here as the Cougars come flying in to stop it, but the damage has been done. Berger with his second touchdown grab of the night. On an excellent throw here from Drew Coonley. And St. Paul rolling now here in the fourth quarter.
Are you ready for the comeback?
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
Another big play made in the receiving game. Drew Coonley hooking up with his favorite target, and Ben Berger does the rest of the work. 60-yard touchdown reception. Second time he's entered the end zone tonight. $8:59 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Cougars with plenty of work to do. See if they can kick things off with a special return. Definitely solid field position set up by Dylan Burge yet again. Second quality kickoff return for him here tonight, showcasing that he's a nice weapon in the special teams game. But it's all going to fall on the shoulders of Liam Kuhn in this offense. You imagine they're going to put it in his hands a lot here down the stretch. Liam, good height, about 6'2", but only listed at about $150. Dad says he's a gym rat. Says he doesn't have a choice. So he's definitely a strong kid, just a little bit gangly, and will have to start filling out into that body to kind of hit the standards left by his two elder brothers. Hayden Kuhn, of course, a couple of undefeated seasons, and then Ross Kuhn, both of which are now collegiate athletes. Ross a runner, and Hayden a wrestler, so it just shows you how versatile and gifted the Kuhn family is at athletics kind of across the board. And what's interesting about Ross being a distance runner at the collegiate level is that he played football. So while he was a great track star, wasn't something that you got to see much from Ross during his high school career. Here's another lineage player, Ayden Reymer. Older brother Addison was watching a little bit earlier. And looking to follow in the footsteps of his big bro, who had a monster senior season. Now 3rd and 5 here for the Cougars offense. Gonna need points and bundles. As the clock rolling closer to 7 minutes to go. Liam stepping up and throwing behind his target. And he and Ringler just have not been able to get it dialed in tonight. 4th down on the way here for Crestview. A little bit of pressure brought from the outside that time from St. Paul. You saw Evan Wangler maneuvering his way on the outside. Cougars might be putting up the white flag. Very surprised by this decision. Got the punt unit on. They're in enemy territory, down multiple touchdowns. And Crestview is going to take a timeout. Could take this time potentially to draw up an offensive play. I don't know if they will. Looks like punt team's going to stay out there. I see Greg's trying to already get OH Report at the Monroeville St. Paul game. Big regular season finale. And if they are both undefeated in the league, you better believe we will be there, Greg. Not going so well for St. Paul's Cross City Brethren of Norwalk, getting crushed tonight. Perkins all over them. Pirates really good this year. And over on YouTube, kind of quiet in the chat section. See, there's about 125 of you guys all watching together. Nobody chirping back and forth, though. If you've had enough of this game, we do have 5 other live streams going down on the OH Report right here and now. 3 in the K-Mac. Also over at Lucas tonight for their throwdown with cross-county rival Plymouth. And then we've got Mohawk versus Seneca East. So they'll fake the punt. And I don't really understand this, as it'll go down for another turnover on down. St. Paul gets the ball back, though we got a flyer. Looks like they're cramping up a bit. Just felt like Crestview here with Gavin Barker, who's a big physical threat, just kind of gave away the element of surprise after they had to burn that timeout. And so in a 26-point hole here, great opportunity for St. Paul to go ahead and just close the door with a lengthy drive. They've had a number of them here in this game tonight. Opened things up in the first quarter with a pair of 80-yard touchdown drives. And as we reflect back on my keys to the game for the Flyers, I said they needed to bring some TNT, and boy, they've had some dynamite plays. Berger, a couple big ones, a 60-yarder and a 56-yard touchdown. Pocos was able to get loose on a 67-yarder back in the opening frame. As Ben tries the left side and can't find a door to run through. Be 2nd down, 9 on the way. And to catch up on all the action from North Central Ohio and beyond on the gridiron tonight, do turn into the Friday Night Pigskin. We kick things off live at 11:30 p.m. Myself, Travis, Garrett Parlett, and the whole crew fill you in on all the happenings on our games and all the scores from around the area. Good looking run that time by Josh Pocos, who's been a little bit quiet so far here in the second half. Hasn't been utilized a ton. Able to find a nice stutter step there on the far sideline and break off a first down run into Cougar territory down to the 45. As he's out of bounds with just over 6 minutes showing on the clock. Gets it again. Pile driven into the turf, though. Big stick there by Cunningham. Look at this. Barker got him up top. Cunningham down low. Counts as a gain of a couple. And they'll try to bring it here on the stretch play with Berger, who is tackled inbounds. Ringler the first to get to him. And making a solid solo tackle to bring up third down. Flyers looking at about 6 yards needed, as they and their fan base, who traveled well tonight, would love to get a couple more first downs, burn up the rest of this clock. But they'll have to do so with a fourth down conversion, as Coonley's stopped a little bit short here, maybe about 2 yards. After the game, hope you will stick around and join us for the Kissel's Lawn Care Spraying and Painting post-game report that will include an interview with our Scout Construction Most Valuable Player. Heavy penetration that time made by Logan Fridges. And the Cougars defense does their job. So they get the ball back here for Liam Kuhn in the offense. Got approximately 4:33 to play with. Trips to the near side. It's a low snap. Kuhn helps avoid disaster by just diving on top of it. Still a healthy size loss here for Crestview to kick off the drive. Just have not been able to sustain continued success on offense tonight at any point outside of the beginning here of the second half in the third quarter. They marched down the field. Raymer pieced out with a 31-yard touchdown run. They get the 3 and out, and they were moving it again. And then the disastrous fumble from Cleet Rogers kind of ended their wave of momentum, as Ringler can't squeeze this one. Thrown just a little bit behind him. And that 1-2 punch just has not landed tonight. Kuhn's accuracy has been a bit shaky so far in the contest, and most especially when he's been looking for 23. Kuhn with the hard count. They go play action, and he's drugged down. Sacked on the play by Tristan Nikolai. As St. Paul closing things out in style with a big defensive play. And Nikolai has been doing that all season. The junior having a fantastic campaign. 4 sacks now for him. And over 60 tackles. Sidewinder punt, take it on the hop here by Stang, and he goes nowhere. Gavin Keynes with a beautiful special teams play, and some gorgeous lettuce flowing out of the back of that helmet too. Seen that's been kind of a consistent trend here for Crestview to have at least a couple of guys that have those long flowing locks. It looks like maybe this season Gavin might be kind of on his own. Shampoo's not cheap these days. And if you're trying to condition that type of hair, definitely adds up going along with shoulder pads, mouthpieces, and everything else. As Pocos gets behind his shoulder pads. Just always seems to find a little bit of a crease. Churning out some butter with those legs there on the back half. Coonley in no hurry whatsoever as they break the huddle. 12 seconds showing on the play clock when they snap it. Berger gets ripped down after a short call carry. And it's Barker with more of a wrestling move right there. 2 points with the takedown. Cougars defense has been solid here in this second half. Just gashed one too many times in that opening couple of quarters where they gave up 27. 2 touchdowns in each frame. And in danger of giving up 2 touchdowns here in this fourth quarter. As Pocos over 100 yards on the night. As a team, St. Paul well into the 300s rushing. Share those final stats with you, of course, on our Kissel Lawn Care Spraying and Painting post-game show. And the St. Paul student section now believes that they have won, and in a couple more nil downs, they definitely will. So the win's going to put them at 4-0 in the Firelands Conference. Also gets them back to 500 as we head into the home stretch. Just 2 weeks remaining in the regular season. St. Paul, definitely with a few wins here down the stretch, could put themselves in a place where they're playing at home to kick off Week 11, but I don't think they're in any danger of missing out on qualifying for the playoffs for the 25th time in the long tenure of John Livengood, who's been so good. This team has not missed the postseason in over a decade, dating all the way back to 2012. And I'm sure you folks remember not that long ago, used to only get 8 teams in. Much tougher to get in than it is now. And Crestview, a team that's going to be 3-5 heading into week number 9, very much still in the playoff picture with the expanded roles. But that will wrap things up. 33-7 St. Paul, a big victor here on the road over a rival of theirs as they continue to increase their win total in the season series since Livengood took over 33 years ago, his 27th win over the Cougars. Stick around for our post-game show and our MVP interview, all on the other side. You're watching live and free high school football exclusively on the OH Report.
Are you ready for the comeback?
3, 2, 1, let's go!
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Kissel's Lawn Care. There's no job too big or too small for us to handle. With top-of-the-line equipment, we are guaranteed to complete your next landscaping job efficiently and professionally. A hard-working, dedicated team is what we take pride in, bringing to every job to make sure the results are the best they can be. So the next time you have a landscaping project that needs done, think smart and think Kissel.
Take a look at all the action from Friday night football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Tonight's high school football game was brought to you folks live and free by our generous sponsors, North Central State College, providing individuals with the knowledge, skills, and inspiration to succeed in their chosen paths. Kissel's Landscaping, Spraying, and Painting. You can call Kissel's for all of your snow plowing, spraying, and painting needs, and of course, lawn care too. Koorsen Fire and Security. Call Koorsen Fire and Security for a free quote today. Total protection from one source. Scout Construction LLC, with more than a decade of business, you can trust Scout with your roofing and siding needs. Call them up for more info, 419-989-7240. And Simonson Construction Services, Inc. From concept to completion, they can help you make a plan, refine your vision, and build a path for success. Stay with us. We'll be right back with your Kissel's Lawn Care post-game show. It's your post-game show presented by Kissel's Lawn Care. And it's a big win here for Norwalk St. Paul on the road as they take care of business 33-7, knocking off their rival in Crestview by a 4-touchdown count. I'm Brian Skowronski, been with you throughout the duration of the entire night, and it's a fun game if you're a St. Paul fan. For the Cougars, definitely be looking to bounce back as they get onto the field next Friday night. But for tonight, show you kind of how it all played out and went down. Here are your stats presented by Kissel's Lawn Care, and almost 400 total yards racked up tonight by St. Paul. Almost twice as many as you saw from the Cougars tonight, and neither team really threw it a ton, but the big plays were made by St. Paul, who had 2 touchdown passes that kind of accounted for all of their yards. Berger, the big 60-yarder, and then Stang with a 22-yarder earlier in the game. Pocos and company had the offense moving in the first half. Only 4 first downs in the second, but they didn't need a ton as they got that final score from Berger to kind of cement a big win. Coming up next for both of these teams, traveling to Western Reserve is going to be the Cougars, and tough matchup for them there. While St. Paul, you would figure to get healthy in a matchup at home against South Central, so could see them pull themselves above 500 at 5-4 going into that massive showdown against Monroeville, who is the other undefeated right now in the Firelands Conference. So a big game coming up in Week 10, but you got to take care of business in the meantime. St. Paul sprinted into the locker rooms, so we didn't have a chance to hear from our MVP. But I think the correct choice tonight has got to be Josh Pocos, our player spotlight this evening. Will earn our Scout Construction Most Valuable Player honors, over 150 yards rushing for him, and he tasted Pater not once but twice. Had a 6-yard touchdown scamper on the opening drive of the game for St. Paul, and then on their ensuing drive made it 14-zip as he got ghost on a 67-yarder down the sideline to kind of break things open right away in this game. Congratulations to Josh Pocos for being our Scout Construction LLC Player of the Game. That will do it, though, here from Scott Bailey Memorial Field. Appreciate everybody tuning in, and make sure that you see us again at 11:30 on the Friday Night Pigs game for a recap of all the biggest games in the area, plus all the scores that you need. For my awesome camera guy, Nick Jacobs, I'm Brian Skowronski saying so long here from the outskirts of Ashland.